Hello and welcome back to From a Head Teacher's Perspective with me, Paul Urry. Teaching is one of the few professions that is simultaneously moral, intellectual, emotional and analytical. It requires the seriousness of a scholar, the judgment of a leader, the empathy of a mentor, and the resilience of someone who understands the weight of their influence. An excellent teacher does not see teaching as delivering lessons. They see it as shaping human beings, minds, motivations, identities and futures. This unit explores what it means to hold teaching as a moral and intellectual profession and why excellence depends on honouring both dimensions. It offers a framework teachers can return to as they refine their purpose and their practice. 1. Teaching is moral work because it influences lives, not just outcomes. Every teacher knows that pupils remember far more than curriculum content. They remember how they were treated, whether they felt safe, whether they were believed in, and whether their dignity mattered. These experiences shape not only achievement, but confidence, identity, and long-term attitudes to learning. Great teachers understand that each interaction carries moral weight. They know that a moment of impatience can bruise confidence, and a moment of encouragement can ignite ambition. They recognise that pupils arrive with different histories, levels of support, and emotional needs. They respond with fairness, not sameness. Teaching becomes moral work the moment you consider these questions. How do your choices make pupils feel? Who gets your time and who gets overlooked? Are you protecting every child's dignity, even when behaviour must be addressed? Have you communicated belief in their potential today? Morality in teaching is not grand gestures. It is the accumulation of small, deliberate acts of humanity. Excellent teachers see every lesson as a chance to affirm this to pupils. You matter. You can do hard things. 2. Teaching is intellectual work because learning is complex, not automatic. Behind every effective lesson lies a chain of cognitive decisions. Great teachers engage with research on how the brain learns. Not just because leaders tell them to, but because they want their teaching to be precise and effective. Understanding learning means understanding this reality. Working memory is limited and easily overloaded. Misconceptions are persistent. Long-term memory is built through structured practice. Retrieval strengthens learning. Modelling makes thinking visible, and explanations must be sequenced carefully so that independence cannot be rushed. Great teachers use this knowledge to design instruction with intention. They choose examples thoughtfully, anticipate where pupils might struggle, and adjust the pace based on evidence, real evidence, gathered from what pupils say, do and write. This intellectual craftsmanship demands discipline. It means questioning instinct, resisting routines that no longer serve learning, and asking constantly, what do your pupils truly understand and how do you know? 3. Excellence requires blending moral purpose with intellectual rigour. The most accomplished teachers do not treat the moral and intellectual dimensions of teaching as separate. They weave them together. Intellectual rigour without care becomes cold and mechanical. Care without rigour becomes comfortable but ineffective. Excellence happens where these are in place. High challenge is paired with emotional safety. Clarity is developed with compassion. Expectations are demanding and fair. Feedback is honest and encouraging. Behaviour is corrected with dignity. Relationships inspire effort, not dependency. Routines support learning rather than controlling it. When moral purpose guides intellectual judgment and intellectual judgment strengthens moral purpose, teaching becomes transformative. Pupils learn deeply because they feel safe enough to struggle and supported enough to keep going. The excellent teacher's message is always twofold. I care about you, and I care about the quality of your thinking. One without the other cannot produce excellence. 4. Moral excellence in teaching means acting with fairness, dignity, and belief. Excellence in the moral domain requires teachers to act with integrity even when pressured, tired, or frustrated. It means resisting low expectations, challenging stereotypes, and giving pupils the benefit of the doubt. Great teachers make fairness visible. They distribute attention equitably. They do not allow louder pupils to dominate or quieter pupils to disappear. They speak respectfully, even when firm. They repair relationships, not store grievances. They know that behaviour is communication, not character. They also act with belief. They treat academic challenge as a gift, not a burden. They help pupils envision a future bigger than their circumstances. They remind them, through tone, tasks and routines, that potential is not fixed. 5. Intellectual excellence in teaching means being deliberate, disciplined, and curious. The intellectual dimension of teaching challenges teachers to become lifelong learners of their craft. Excellent teachers refine their teaching with the same seriousness musicians practice scales or athletes train technique. They see planning not as filling time, but as designing thinking. They use assessment not as accountability, but as insight. They observe others to learn, not to judge. They test ideas, reflect on impact, and revise. They seek clarity when something feels unclear. They use research critically and thoughtfully. They question fads and embrace evidence. They know that expertise is not an end state, but a professional stance. The intellectual excellent teacher thinks hard about learning every day. 6. Use this unit as a reference for your practice. Whenever you reflect on your actions, decisions, or classroom climate, return to these guiding questions. Firstly, the moral lens. Did I protect dignity today? Did every pupil feel valued and safe? Did you act with fairness, not convenience? Did you reinforce belief in their capacity to grow? And the intellectual lens. Were my explanations clear and manageable for working memory? Did I check understanding in time to make a difference? Did my questions deepen thinking, not fill silence? Did I design learning that leads to retention, not performance? If both lenses are active, excellence becomes achievable and sustainable. Reflection prompts for excellent teachers. Think. Which dimension, moral or intellectual, has the greater influence on your practice right now? What imbalance can you see? Plan. Choose one deliberate action that integrates both dimensions, such as providing clearer modelling with warmer encouragement, or challenging behaviour with integrity and care. Act. Apply it tomorrow. Reflect afterwards. How did it shape learning behaviour or the atmosphere of your classroom? Use the accompanying self-study workbooks to capture your reflections. Respond to the prompts and identify one or two focused actions to take forward. Over time, these small, deliberate reflections build into stronger practice, clearer intent, and more confident professional identity. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.